Hello, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing what I'm calling a second impressions because I went to Walgreens and I went to Walgreens twice. Picked up a bunch of new to me and some new products, and I've tried out some of them, and by some of them, a lot of them. So I'm doing a second impressions, meaning I've tried them and I'm going to try them again and let you know if I've liked them, how they wore that first time. I kind of like this second, sometimes it might even be like a third impressions, because instead of just putting it on one time, I'm able to give you a second already worn, that's what it should be, already worn makeup. So I got the Milani Prime Shield Face Primer. Now this one is the mattifying and pore minimizing. So I used this once or twice this week, and it was different because the hydrating one was like a white, and it was more like a moisturizing, which makes sense. But this is more like that gel like consistency. So the first time when I first wore this, I felt like it was balling up on my skin, but I think I had something else underneath that made it, because I haven't had that issue. I don't know if I just put on moisturizer before that, so but I do. This feels really, really nice. Again, it's one of those ones that just makes you wanna pet your face. I would wear this when I was doing my work makeup, my like fast quick makeup. So yeah, it stayed on all day. I didn't really notice too much of a difference. So I know this isn't new, but I've never picked it up. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Total Coverage foundation. I have the L'Oreal Pro Matte. I wear it all the time. I am oily, so I have not tried the Glow foundation, even though I do like to glow. I do plan on it, but I tried the Infallible Total Coverage, which is, I actually mixed this with the L'Oreal Pro Matte, but for this purpose of the video I won't. I was intrigued by the texture of this because it was more moussey than the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible, but I do really like it. The one thing I will say, and I do not know if it is this foundation, it might have been skincare, but I didn't break out, but right here I was getting like tiny little bumps, and I wasn't sure if it was from the primer, but then I kept using the primer and they had gone away and it didn't work. But I used this once or twice and I stopped using it because I wasn't sure and I wanted to figure out which one it was. But I'm gonna try this again today, and then I will probably know if it is this, since I know it is not the Z primer. So going in, I just bought a bunch of, I bought like a set on Amazon of brushes. The old ones looked like this. They were gold, and the new ones are silver. Like $10, and they have like 3 flat kabuki brushes, and honestly, those ones lasted me about a year before they got nasty, so it's worth it to me. So let's put this all over. So I'm pretty pale. That's the shade 302 Creamy Natural. This might be even paler than I actually am, which is why I was mixing it with the L'Oreal, the Pro Matte, because I think my Pro Matte's a little darker. I really like this foundation. I mean, it does. So this total cover, I mean, I do think, I'm going off of, I have some spots there. So I have a scratch here that has scarred darkly, and that's kind of how I tell if things are total coverage or not. So, I mean, I can still see it, but pretty good. I might try to grab 303 or 304, depending on how they look, so. But honestly, this goes down, my skin's still soft, it covers up a lot. I like it. This shade, I will say, doesn't seem too pink or too yellow. It's just very pale, which I am, so that's fine. Okay. Next up, we've got and I know everyone's talking about this right now, so I'm kind of excited about it. The Milani Retouch and Erase. I don't know if I'm going to say like Light Lifting Concealer, and I am in the shade Light because I'm light. It has this little spongy thing that everyone says that they don't like. I don't know if I mind. It like feels like a beauty blender, so I go in with a beauty blender, so why would I don't know, it's like weird for me to sit and squish it, so. Alright, now I understand why people don't like the sponge. It's just awkward. Like, I just don't know if I've put enough product. Yeah, maybe that's what's awkward about it. I guess it makes more sense when I do this. You know what I mean? Like, well, the sponge, I guess it will be dirty, and then it's like what I'm transferring bacteria on my under eyes, which is horrible. I don't know, maybe I could try putting it on something else, so. Of course I picked the black one, which you can tell is kind of dirty. So I will say this concealer is pretty nice. I still prefer the Shape Tape and the Urban Decay because I feel like it covers a little bit more. Again, random spots on my face is how I judge if things cover. I've got a little freckle beauty mark under my eye, and that's how I would be able to tell if things covered up. But still, all in all, pretty decent concealer, but we'll see throughout the day. So I do not have a setting powder. I actually don't have a lot of things, so I'm just going to use my RCMA's which I have put in my NYX, and on my trusty True e.l.f. brush. I mean, honestly, this is a really nice concealer. I'm not crazy about the applicator, not for how it applies, but more for like, it's just gonna sit there and get dirty. Okay, so I didn't have bronzer, but I did. So I got the Wet n Wild concealer, so I have the concealer in my actual under eye appropriate color, but I decided that I wanted to try, I've just started liking cream contour, so I thought I might try like a liquid contour. So I have tried this before, and I really like this as a contour. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This is in medium deep tan. This is the second darkest, so there's like one more shade darker from this, and I was kind of skeptical because this looks kind of orangey, but I don't know, I actually do like how it contours. So I used this twice before and was pleasantly surprised. So I'm taking my Real Techniques sculpting brush because I've always quickly worked this product. It blends out very nicely. It's not too harsh, but it's still there. I always seem to hit my contour twice, so. Sometimes I bring it up a little higher, a little lower. Yeah, I was surprised by how much I like this, so. Okay, yeah, it looks a little messy underneath, but I'm going to bake, so I'm not really concerned about that. I'm kind of sloppy almost, I guess, because I know that I plan on baking. And even here, it looks so warm when I put it on. I mean, I think it looks warm, but I do just feel like it blends out nicely. You could, I mean, I think I debated using a beauty blender before, like a wet one to kind of soak up some extra product. Like that, I feel like I accidentally took that too low. You'll find a way to fix, always. I will say that there's I think, few things you can't fix in makeup. So I will be baking. Again, I don't have secret, drugstore baking. I would like to actually try to find one. So I'm going to use my Eco Tools little flat guy. With that same RCMA. So I'm going to take this and just look like some sort of war veteran. I don't know, that was probably not right, but it's like Nelly with a band-aid in his eye. Mara with the baking powder on top of her eyebrow. You know, baking powder. What if this all that setting powder was baking powder? With a little baking soda. And you cake the face. Alright, now that you look like a crazy person. I do not, again, I'm just going to use my NYX. My little NYXy. My NYX. So, I'll grab an expensive spoolie, because that seems to be all I use this for. Okay, now the brows are looking worse. This isn't new, but I do like this. So this is the e.l.f. Smudge Pot in Cruisin' Chic. And what we're going to do is just pop that all over the lid. Just something to give us something on them lids. And it's something different that I actually don't use this very often, but I should because it is pretty. Just a nice little wash of something on the lids. Keep blending, no harsh lines. You can do it with your finger. Okay. Something. Drugstore. It's cute. It works. It's cheap. I think this was $3. Alright. So again, I'm trying to keep this drugstore. So I have this Milani. It is broken. Bella Sand. This is their Bella Eyes Gel Powder Shadow. So I was just going to highlight my brow bone with bone, even though this is broken. I think we can still get the job done. It's a very light. I feel like it's more pigmented than it seems. It's just not coming up on camera. Here, and this is the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. I don't know how you would apply. I only use this for my brow bone. I'm not sure how else you could use that. I'm gonna pop that in my inner corner as well with the e.l.f. The e.l.f. I don't know why some of them have a name and some of them don't. So. So I did get a new Drugstore mascara. I have tried this before and I don't know how I feel about it. So I got the Colossal Spider Effect Volume Express. I don't know, I was really excited about this. I don't know if it was the spider that honestly caught me. But I don't know if you can tell or you can see. This is an incredibly odd wand. Like there are bristles on some side and there's not in the other. So haven't used this by itself yet. So we'll see. Okay, so I don't hate it, but on this side in the inner corner it got really clumpy. So I'm going to go in with my Clinique Highlinks. More so because it had just that one side. I'm just going to try to, alright, yeah, get those clumps out and we're good. Okay. All in all, I'm actually kind of like that mascara. In conjunction with other ones, I could see it being good. I'm nervous for the bottom though. All in all, decent mascara. Okay, so let's wipe away my big fluffy Real Techniques. I don't, like, now maybe you'll be able to tell how nice that contour is. I don't know, it's just so simple, and I just realized I didn't put on bronzer. Alright, Laura, way to go. Well, good, I can do it now. So I don't have a drugstore, like, new bronzer, but I'll go in with the Physicians Formula Butt Up Bronzer, which I'm hitting pan on, and obviously should probably get another one, so you can do whatever you want, right? I also never set my whole face, so look, we're just living on the edge today. I will say, if I ever feel like I went too heavy on bronzer, I will take some translucent powder, just a little bit, and maybe like hit those areas just to lighten things up a little bit. So in that corner, but it's not too bad. So I bought 3 of the Wet n Wild Color Iconic blushes, and I got Apricot in the Middle, Mellow Wine, and Pearlescent Pink. I've only so far used Mellow Wine. I've swatched all and loved them, but I don't know why. Mellow Wine is that like perfect everyday color to me. Like, it's peachy, it's pink, it's mauvey, it's nude, it is everything. So that's what we're gonna use, going in with the Morphe 4. And it's like hella pigmented. But again, really pretty everyday color. Yeah, I actually really like it. So funny. That e.l.f. smudge pot is like, get it. It's good for just a slap on the eye color. Girl. Okay. Oh, and I did get, so for highlight, again, I know this is old news, but it's the first time I finally saw it in my Walgreens, was a Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. And this is in Precious Petals. There was Crown of My Canopy. And I have worn this once. I do like it. Like, I can't for a drugstore highlighter. I could probably put this up against my Becca, my Anastasia. I just want to keep going. I hope that's catching. This is so beautiful. It's like a champagne peachy gold. Okay, and for now, the product that I am the most excited about. So the first time I went to Walgreens, I saw, when I was at the Wet n Wild, that these new, it's Wet n Wild, our first gel lip liner crayon. This is the box packaging. This is what it looks like. I used this once and I am obsessed. There is nothing better to me than this lip liner, crayon, gel line. I went out, there's only like 5 colors. I went out after I'd bought 2 of these. You know, I think they're $3. I had bought 2 of these, and then I decided to go and buy every other color. I think that's all of them. These are the other. So I wore this with a liquid lip, which is what I'm going to do today. I wore this with the ColourPop Ultra Satin in London Fog. Oh my god. This red too is just like, I can't shut up about these enough. Just everything about these. They're amazing. They stay on. I ate with this. I lived life. So I'm gonna go in with that London Fog, which is beautiful. Beautiful red color. And you see how well these match together? Ugh. I just love like a fresh neutral face with some red lips. Okay. Then I'll just do a little spritz, but I don't have any. I really want to get the Milani setting spray, but it hasn't been at my Walgreens yet, so I'm just going to hit it with the Urban Decay All Nighter. Too much right in the center. Okay. We are taking out the mane, fluff it up, and we are good to go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my second impressions of some drugstore makeup. If anything, go buy those Wet n Wild gel lip liners. They're amazing. I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.